see.
Well, thank you there to our Honda Cadet winner on that one, Kean Bernard, who seemed to thank the entire world at the end of that one. But nevertheless, we move on to Minimax 950. Jacob Ashcroft, the favourite going into this one. He starts his one on pole position. Will Green starting alongside Finley Lyons, another one of the Zip Factory Kart teams. Can he replicate what his teammates have just done in the Honda Cadets? Charlie Wolfett, he starts alongside Charles Kitely and Zach Starbuck. They go from row 3. Row number 4 sees Thomas Hill and Katie Donaldson. Elia Velico goes from row 5 with Logan Lauder alongside. Stanley Clark and Ella Lucia round out row number 6. Thomas Butcher and John Richardson, they go from the 7th row with Harris Ali starting at the back of the grid. What can Richardson do? Quick driver, unfortunately did not have the pre-final he wanted. He starts his one nearer the back of the grid. Certainly looking forward to this one though. Jacob Ashcroft has been the one to beat. He put it pole in qualifying, 2 heat wins and won the pre-final. Can he do it again in this final and come away with the Minimax E-plate? It's certainly been good results in previous years in the E-plate for Minimax. They've certainly had a good one, but we go green flag and racing, and it is a good start from the entire field. Everyone getting through, and a good run up into Christmas corner. Bit of side-by-side, 3 wide there as they all try and make it to the apex. Bit of jostling in the background there. The 132 getting punched out wide a little bit there. Gets back into the field. John Richardson fighting his way through the field there and doing exactly what he needs to do. Position the kart in a good spot, but he is still fighting his way through that back of that field, and a spin, and round goes the 134, and that's Velico who goes off the circuit. Ilya Velico, unfortunately, getting kicked out of the field and into the grassy area, recovers back, but all the way now back at the back of the field. That is an absolute disaster. 3 wide and sandwich, and another rotation. Round goes the 145 of Thomas Butcher, the privateer, also to the back of the grid and out of this race. He'll have to recover all the way back, and when that happens, you know it's race over. Previous winners in this one, Minimax, Owen Byer, Oakley Pryor as well, 2016, 2014 and 15 for the E-plate. There's not been many E-plates actually going around for Rotax, but certainly there has been some previous winners in this one. Who will be it this time around? And right now it's looking like it's going the way of Jacob Ashcroft in this one, because he's certainly looking very, very quick out there, breaking away nearly half a second already from the rest of the field, as down the inside there goes Charlie Wolfett, getting that move done on Stanley Clark. Clark having a much better start to this race. Had a bit of a disaster in the pre-final earlier on, getting kicked onto the grass, but this time around no such things happening, and he's looking much, much stronger as he's battling away with John Richardson there, and Richardson getting through as well. So John Richardson up into P8. Ailey joining me back into the commentary box.
Give me a second to catch my
No,
breath.
you're fine.
Run from park farming.
There's no time to catch your breath in this one. It's straight into it. But yeah, certainly it was nice to chat to our racer on that one. It was a shame that he'd like to thank the entire world, though, at the end of that one.
Yeah, I don't know if you got the 3rd place, but he also had some pointing demonstration for his sponsors, which I thought was very impressive.
Oh, excellent.
The children are well media trained these days.
They are very good. Oh, it's all kicking off here though still, as once again they're side by side and through. This is Logan Lauder, I believe, or Katie Donaldson actually. Katie Donaldson getting the move done actually on Stanley Clark. So Clark now back down into 10th place as Jacob Ashcroft sets the fastest lap of the race as we watch this battle here. Now, crucially, both Stanley Clark and Katie Donaldson communicated at the very same time there, saying, right, you work with me, yes, I'll work with you. So hopefully they'll work together. Side by side here, down the inside, the 185 of Zach Starbuck and Thomas Hill going wheel to wheel, the 2 Zip Factory Kart teammates who certainly had a very interesting moment earlier on in the weekend, and again doing the same here, battling away. Charlie Wolfett right behind. So Wolfett going to take full advantage of this if these two start scrapping with each other. So the 2 Zip Kart Factory team drivers working very well. They're in 4th and 5th place at the moment as well. Or 5th and 6th place, I should say. There is Charles Kitely, who's in 4th place in the 164. He's broken away from the rest of this field. Finley Lyons still there in 3rd place as well. He's about 0.3 of a second off the back of Will Green, as they are still battling away here. Down the inside, Zach Starbuck gets it. Wolfett goes through as well. And Thomas Hill gets demoted down into P7 now. So again, a little bit of time left in this race. You can fight back. It's just now, if that happens, focus, get into it, get on it, and get it done.
And just behind that group as well, there's John Richardson. He's had a very good start to the race, it looks like. Up 6 positions to P8.
Very, very good run for him as Finley Lines now sets the fastest lap of the race, 48.29. He is starting to wheel green, and there it is on your screen. This is the battle for second place now. So Will Green doing what he needs to do. He's 1.2 seconds off, though, from your man who's leading, Jacob Ashcroft. So really, well, I mean, it falls down really to what these drivers want to do. Does Lines want to go for the attack here, or does he want to push? No, he's going to go for the attack after a small error there for Will Green. And now Finley Lines says to Will Green, right, let's focus, let's go. So will Green follow the instruction there from Lines, and will they work together, or will Will Green attack again? Will Green. There you go. Well. There we go. There's so many wills in this one. But there we go. It's tongue twister is commentator work, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
definitely.
It is, yeah. But you get good at it after a while. I'm still bad at it, but it'll take a while more. But, oh, I thought they'd gone off the track there. No, it was just the camera angle. Oh, God, blimey. There we go. Heart and mouth moment there.
Blimey.
I know. What? What's wrong with me saying core blimey?
So English.
Right. Sorry, that's where I'm from. But
just took me off guard.
Took you off guard. There we go. What would you say in Scotland?
I don't know, but definitely not core blimey.
Core blimey. Core blimey, governor.
No, definitely.
There we go. But 6.5 minutes to go, and still Ashcroft just... Ashcroft's been untouchable this weekend, hasn't he? It's been a stellar performance from him. He's 1.8 seconds clear here.
Clean sweep.
Clean.
P1 in
every... Well, knock on wood. Not clean sweep yet. He's got 6 minutes to go yet. It's not a clean sweep just yet.
Another fastest lap, though. 48.11.
He's doing well.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. Same as these two drivers here, Finley Lines and Will Green. Got to say, that gap's not closing with these two. And if anything, I would think Charles Kitely is actually starting to close in on these two as well. So we could have a battle here on our hands for second place very soon, because these two also closing in. Zach Starbuck and Charlie Wolfett, they have dropped Thomas Hill. Thomas Hill has fallen down the order a little bit. There he is. He's not lost any positions, but he's still there. The gap behind him is still very big, and that battle's still going on. That's John Richardson and Katie Donaldson, who are going wheel to wheel. And still no change there. Lines is now starting to drop Will Green here. Now, can Lines close this gap? It's 1.9 seconds. Will he be able to drop that to 1.8? It fractionally went down there.
Yeah.
But again, at that pace, he's not going to close it within 5 minutes, is he?
No, and they're almost, completely evenly matched on sector times. So there's really not much between Lines and Green at all.
No, that's, that's the damning thing, isn't it, about racing? You just think, I'm trying my hardest, but I'm just matching the pace. I'm not beating it. I'm not slower than it. It's not a bad thing. You're on the pace. That's a good thing. But, it's the same across the board there. Now, they have closed in a fractionally to Jacob Ashcroft there. It's dropped down to 1.8. It's still not a big jump, but it's still a 10th. So we'll keep a close eye on that one as this one carries on. And the only good thing that Ashcroft's got is that he's on his own. He knows that he doesn't have the pressure of anyone trying to attack him.
He can just focus on his lines. Yeah. Putting in clearly the fastest laps.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's going good out there.
Last lap for him, 48.39, 48.31 for Finley Lines. So he was fractionally faster. Sector 1 on that last lap. Again, Ashcroft slightly faster through Sector 1, and then Finley Lines faster through Sector 2. Again, they're just matching each other's pace. They're not able to just close it up just that fraction too much. So it's a bit of a stalemate that we've got at the moment here, and with the decent start that Jacob Ashcroft got, essentially it's just drive to the end, really, in this one, and hope for the best. And he's doing just that. Yeah. So still Ashcroft from Finley Lines, from Green, Kitely, Starbuck, Wolfett, Hill. Then it's Richardson, Donaldson. Oh, Clark's just gone up into 9th place. Lauder's gone through as well. So Katie Donaldson's just dropped down actually to P13. Where's Katie Donaldson got? She's tumbling down the order now. Has she stopped on circuit somewhere?
Retiring, potentially.
Well, she's crossed the line now in P14.
Okay.
Yeah, not sure what's happened there to Katie Donaldson. But hopefully all is well, and she's still going out on track. 3 minutes to go. The race leader, Jacob Ashcroft, driving away. The battle for second and third still raging on. This battle here for 4th place. And now it is Charles Kitely under pressure. Down the inside, Starbuck goes, Wolfit follows. No time wasted there whatsoever. And look at the gap they've opened up already. Those two are inseparable.
Yeah.
They are on a charge right now. I think we are going to have a very close fight here for the podium spot, because Zach Starbuck and Charlie Wolfit have latched onto each other. They have found some serious pace out there.
And that Zach Starbuck's had a lot of experience of moving through the field and had a really strong pre-final as well. So they will be hoping, like, there's not much gap between that group there for P4 and also P3.
Yep. So that is Gridman Sam. He's one of our officially licensed marshalling team. Does a lot of the marshalling at Kimbolton for the British Kart Championships, as well as other places as well. So good to see him here, watching the racing and supporting the drivers here at Whilton Mill. So
it's a nice day for it.
It is. It is. It is a family day out here at Whilton Mill. Beautiful day. It is an open venue. You can come down, grab a drink at the cafe, and do all that and watch some seriously good racing. And there is still some good racing coming up, because this is only the 4th final of the day. We still have 4 more finals to go, and it's all the adult drivers next. Well, the juniors and the seniors coming up.
Well, they've got
next.
mustaches. So
they've got mustaches,
they're adults.
And they mustache. There we go. Nice photos there. Good old Gridman Sam. There we go. He's stolen his job. So there we go. This is the job that Gridman Sam usually does. Good to see. Hello. Right, back to the racing. 1 minute to go, plus 1 lap, and it is still Ashcroft who leads the way now by 2.4 seconds from Finlay Lines. Will Green still there. That battle's still not over. Far from over, I can guarantee you that. This one here, though, this is piquing interest just a little bit. This is Zach Starbuck and Charlie Wolfit, who have seriously closed that gap up to those two ahead. We are looking at a 4-kart battle here for second place very, very soon. 40 seconds to go. Look at them closing in. Certainly excited to see what happens here. At what point do you think they're going to close? Do you think they're actually going to close? Do you reckon we're going to see a battle, or do you think they're just going to get within touching distance?
I think Finlay Lines and Will Green have looked very good this race. I think they'll be...
Think they'll be okay?
Potentially able to hold on to those podium spots. Potentially, maybe.
Potentially, maybe. There we
Perhaps.
go. Key words there. Key words. Everything's provisional.
Yeah.
But still, 10 seconds to go on the board. Ashcroft still provisionally looking absolutely fantastic. So there we go. Finlay Lines still there in second place from Will Green. There we go. Look at Zach Starbuck. That driving style there says everything you need to know about a driver who's determined to gain as many positions and wants a podium. Now, where did Zach Starbuck start in this race? He started 6th place. So he's gained a couple of positions so far in this one. He is eyeing up a podium. He's certainly doing that as we go on to the last lap now. Jacob Ashcroft clear, 2.8 seconds from the rest of the field. Finlay Lines still holding on to that one. It's still Thomas Butcher at the back of the grid. Katie Donaldson still there in 14th from Harris Alley in 13th. John Richardson, unfortunately, he's dropped down to P11 now. He's just got past Ella Lucia, who's there in 12th place. Ilya Veliko, who is there in 10th place after that spin earlier on. Working louder from Stanley Clark and Thomas Hill, but eyes on this battle. Jacob Ashcroft is clear. Who's going to come second place? Finlay Lines will go defensive into that section there, as down the inside again. They battle there as well across the line. Ashcroft's going to take the win. Finlay Lines get squeezed out wide, and it's going to be a run to the line. Who's going to take it? Well, it's absolute dead heat for second place. Finlay Lines and Will Green, 4.01 seconds back from Jacob Ashcroft. They are identical across the line. That is a photo finish and a half. We'll have to get the confirmation from Ian Rogers in timing who got that one across the line. But Jacob Ashcroft, a dominant performance this weekend. You cannot take anything away from him here at Whilton Mill. The Minimax 950 E-Plate champion, the English champion, Jacob Ashcroft, pole in qualifying, 2 heat wins, a win in the pre-final, and a win in the final. An absolute clean sweep for the Dan Holland Racing driver, Jacob Ashcroft, who decimates the rest of the field here at Whilton Mill. Finlay Lines does take second place. The confirmation comes through. It was Finlay Lines who takes second place by 100ths of a second, if not even less, from Will Green. Charlie Wolfett finishes in 4th place from Zach Steinbach. Charles Kitely and Thomas Hill, Stanley Clark, Logan Lauder, Ilya Veliko and Ella Lucia, Harris Ali and Katie Donaldson. John Richardson finishes in P14 out on circuit. Thomas Butcher rounds out the field, P15. A brilliant result for Minimax and a calm final for them, but plenty more races to go. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be chatting to our race winners in that one before we head off to Junior TKM, the next race of the weekend, before we head to TKM Extreme, then to Junior Rotax, and then to round out the day, Senior Rotax for their E-Plate finals. The next finals that are coming up, though, are championship races, but between now and then, we're going to go down to Parc Ferme, and it's over to Ailey down there.
All right, I'm down here in Parc Ferme. That was a very close finish for second place, but here we've got our very confident winner, Jacob Ashcroft. How was that for you? You looked very confident.
It was a good race. I had a big gap in a few laps, and I just had my head down to keep the gap and make sure Finlay and Will couldn't catch me.
Amazing, and you've had such a good weekend all throughout. What do you think the trick is? Do you enjoy driving around Whilton Mill?
I don't know. I've done a lot of laps around here. It's a really good track for me, and I really like the track as well.
And what was your secret today to getting off to a good start? Because you were confidently out there in P1 from the very beginning.
Yeah, I had a good start in a lot of the races, and I came across at the start to stop Will from jumping me into turn 2, and then I looked to see if I had to defend for Christmas corner, and from there I just got my head down.
Perfect. And is there anyone else you'd like to thank today?
My mum, my dad, the whole of DHR, and Time Racing Engines for the power.
All right, congratulations. See you on the podium. All right, I've got Finlay Lines here. Congratulations, Finlay. That was a very close finish at the end there. Just tell us about how that last lap was and how it was following along P3.
Yeah, I'm really chuffed about P2. I really enjoyed it.
Amazing. And how was the racing throughout? We saw that you were battling between P2 and P3. You weren't quite able to catch up to Jacob. Was there anything you think you could have done to push forward, or you're at your max today?
I think that was the best I do. The kart was mint. Just everything was sweet. Just couldn't get that E-plate.
Amazing. Well, you came close, and it was still a very good race, so congratulations. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank today?
I want to thank Zipcar. I want to thank my mechanic Jem, my mum and dad for bringing me here, and yeah, all my sponsors.
Perfect. Thank you very much, and congratulations again. See you later. All right, we've got Will Green here. How was that? Very close finish. I'm sure you were hoping that you could finish a little bit further forward, but you did a very good job nonetheless. How was that last lap battle?
It was intense. He had a bit of a gap going into the last lap, so I knew I had to try and make that gap a bit smaller so I could do a move. Yeah, it was very intense.
Was there any point where you thought about trying to sneak past any moves you considered, or parts of the track where you like to try and overtake?
Boot move is one of my favourite places because you can kind of screw them over a bit and have a bigger gap after you've overtook them.
Amazing. And how are you feeling about your weekend overall? Happy to walk away with P3?
Yeah, it's been a decent weekend. Been consistent at the front, so it's been pretty good.
Perfect. Well, congratulations. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Kart Republic, Danny Sweeney, everyone in Argenti Motorsport, my mechanic James, and my mum and sister for supporting me.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations again. That was our top 3 for that race, and I'll pass back up to commentary for the rest of our races this afternoon.
Hi, I'm commentary. There we go. No, I'm kidding. Right. Yes, indeed. Very close final from that one. We actually got sent a picture from Ian Rogers in timing of that photo finish. I've got to say, it was very close. But yeah, definitely the right call there. A whisker of a finish across the line. We'll hopefully get to show you that one on the broadcast just so you can see how close that was as well. Like we were saying, Minimax then done. We now turn our attention to Junior TKM. And certainly looking forward to this one. I believe we've actually got the picture. Can we see that photo finish across the line? There it is. Look how close that is. That is how much timing could see out of that one. A whisker. It was like an inch across the line, but Finley Lines does take it across the line. Absolutely fabulous photo there. That is the sort of data and equipment that these guys have got to make sure that they can see what's going on as they may be described as massive plane flying over the sky. Wow, look at that. Is that a Lancaster bomber? It is indeed. Oh, there we go. I've just turned into a child. That's fantastic. There we go, flying right over the circuit. That took the attention away from anything motorsport related whatsoever. Everyone just looked up at the sky there. I can't even doubt it. Straight over the circuit. We planned that. We now turn our attention to Minimax 950, the next race that was out on circuit, and again another one of our E-Plate finalists. But we start once more with our third place driver after 16 laps of racing, finishing just 1/100th of a second behind our second place finisher across the line. It was a photo finish for second, but finishing in third for Argenti Motorsport. Please welcome onto the podium, Will Green. There he is. And again, it was a very close finish. Absolutely nothing across the line. The two drivers, it was deemed to go the way of the second place man. But for Will Green, a beautiful podium, finishing in third place. Please now welcome onto the podium, finishing in P2. Like we said, very, very close. It was a photo finish across the line. But after gaining one position for the Zip Factory team, please welcome onto the podium, Finley Lines. Finley Lines again, an absolutely fantastic performance there. And a well-deserved podium for Finley Lines. Finally, we move on to our race winner. And again, it was another dominant performance over the course of the weekend for this young driver. After 16 laps of racing, pole in qualifying and wins in all the races, clearing the grid by 4 seconds. The 1-2-2 for DHR, Jacob Ashcroft. Please welcome onto the podium as well his mechanic, Barry Ashcroft, who has to join us. Come on, Barry. Get up there on the pedestal. Good lad.
Does my stomach look big in this?
Yes, you're looking lovely. You're looking lovely. Medal presented to Barry and our E-plate for Jacob Ashcroft as well. A fantastic result for our top 3 drivers in Minimax 950. And Jacob Ashcroft there, a perfect weekend with the E-plate, the English champion, and a solid weekend. A huge round of applause, please, for your Minimax 950 podium.